He's like, he's like, oh, I think Sekiro should have an easy mode because everybody deserves to play the game. It's like, dude, you've never played a From Software game. This is
Yeah.
their art.
And it's
All
like
right.
that's the whole point.
Should be up there now. I'm checking the NPO page.
I played Dark Souls for the story.
Yeah. I played for the beautiful atmosphere.
I mean, all of the lore. Come on, how can you not just get wrapped up into it?
Oh my god. Oh, man.
I'm sharing it to the group. In just a moment, I have to do this on my phone because my computer's awesome.
No.
I hear that. I have all my notes on my phone to the side because I'm like, I don't want to let my laptop multitask too much. It's gonna break down.
Oh my god, dude! I have two separate Chrome things, like one for the camera and one for my notes. I feel like if I open the OneNote,
Oh yeah, no, it's
so
just
I got
it's
down for phone.
that's me too. I was like, no.
Now I understand why people be having the three monitors like right next to each other.
Oh yeah.
And that shit's overkill, but this is kind of a little worse.
Well,
We
I
are
think
live,
for like,
guys.
oh,
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, good
Hey,
morning,
what's up?
Alfred.
How's it going, nerds? I'm George here with Matt and Marvin. Marvin,
Hello.
I'm digging the do.
Thank you. Good morning, Guilders.
Oh yeah, we have so much stuff to talk about. It's gonna be sweet.
Yeah. What have you guys been working on this week? Playing, watching, reading?
This week I replayed Quantum Break because
Okay.
I misread the date on Control. I thought it was coming out in a week. So replaying that was fantastic. I forgot how good Remedy can do with story-based games.
I've never played it.
And then, oh man, if you got a Game Pass, I think it's on there. It's like a game/TV show.
Oh yeah, I was
hybrid
gonna
thing.
say that's the one that they did both, right?
Yeah, they had like little episodes in between to like expand the lore.
Mhm.
Dude, it's fantastic. And then a little bit of Little Big Planet on my Vita for
Rest in peace.
the
Yeah.
yeah. Well, I mean, Dreams is coming out on Tuesday, the early access.
Well,
so.
but I'm saying the Vita. Rest in peace to the
Oh,
Vita.
oh, no. Oh yeah, no, that had a very short life. I was a day one supporter,
Pour one
and
out for
they
it.
stopped at 12.
I mean, it was cool. It was like cool. It did what it had to do and stuff. It just, I don't know. Yeah, they didn't support it enough.
No, yeah.
Nowhere near. I'm still waiting to be able to afford the memory card port.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
If anyone's
And
thinking
then,
about getting a
I
Vita, do yourself a favor and just get a Switch.
yeah, that's your
Yeah.
best bet. They did a lot more with that. And then I was watching Barry on HBO because that just came back. It's fantastic. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
That's the one where he's like kind of a dope, but he becomes like a super agent or something, right?
No, that's where he's an assassin and he goes to LA to kill a guy, and then he winds up falling in love with improv theater.
Oh, okay, yeah. I could picture it in my head because I know that actor. But,
Yeah, Bill Hader,
yeah, it was like
yeah.
the plot I couldn't knock
He's
down.
an assassin and he goes to LA.
But no, dude, I'm doing Conan Exiles right now, and I'm having so much fun with it. I'm playing with one of our other buddies. For a free game, it's fantastic. I was describing it earlier, and I was like, it's basically violent Minecraft with like a manly version of The Sims. But
And
I
you
mean,
can change the size of the genitals, correct?
yeah.
Isn't that
Oh
what
yeah.
it's-
Well, it depends on the server.
Oh,
But
yeah.
you can increase or decrease to your heart's content. But there's some servers where you can do like full nudity. I'm not on one of those. However,
The newest server.
I feel like that would be pretty wild. But yeah, I mean, I think the only downside to it is apparently the developers, like Funcom, I think is what they're called. They kind of suck, and they like don't patch it very well. Like it's still.
I think Funcom's
super
the publisher.
buggy. Oh
Yeah.
yeah. I don't know who. I can't think of who the developer is then. But yeah, it's so buggy. It's it's kind of ridiculous.
You might have to mod it.
Sometimes that adds charm to a game.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, and that's a
Hello?
it, and the base level is just, I mean, it's so fun. So yeah, you're kind of able to overlook it. Hopefully they continue to support it, because like that's a game I could play for like a very long time. There's so much to do, and it's fun. I mean, playing with as soon as you play with one or two other people, it totally changes everything.
Right on.
Yeah,
Check it
and
out.
then
It is free
oh, yeah.
on PlayStation Plus.
free on PlayStation. Yeah, I mean, if you grab it, let me know, and you can jump on our server. We have a bunch of stuff already. So, but then I'm also watching Schitt's Creek on Netflix, which is also one of those like more low key things. It's so funny. It's basically just it's like an uber rich family loses all their money and they move to like a little podunk town, and it's the dad from American Pie, and it's his son, and then I don't the two other actresses I don't really. Hilarious.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's got the guy from Best in Show, with the
one
with two left feet or whatever.
Yeah. It's so funny. I mean, the second season was awesome. We're on the third season right now, which is kind of gone a little bit of it's not terrible, but it's still pretty good. But the second season is so funny.
Top tier.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The first season was good. Second season just built on it like perfectly. But yeah, enough about that. Let's get into Star Wars.
Well, I've been playing Trine 2 on the Switch.
Oh yeah.
And
the collection's there now, right?
Yeah, and then there's a fourth one coming out later this year. I got a review code from the developer. So I've been playing through that. It's kind of tough, the platforming, and you have to sometimes really think about solving the puzzles. And I think some of them I've just gotten lucky.
You gotta look at the walkthroughs, man.
Yeah. I've been trying not to.
You gotta breeze through.
I've been trying not to.
2 more games, bro.
I played Katana Zero. I'm working on the review right now. I played that on the Switch. I've been playing Sea of Thieves, of course, which is one of my all-time favorite games. So I play it pretty much every week. Yeah. And then I got a review code for Falcon Age, so I'm gonna start playing that on the PSVR. Probably tonight.
Oh my god. Dude, you gotta let me know how that one is, because it looks really good.
From what I played at PAX East, it is a lot of fun. The controls are really, really cool, very unique. You use the move controllers to whistle for the bird and then stick your arm out so it'll land on your arm. And then you point.
Yeah, everything I've seen, it looks great. And I've always wanted to be able to throw a hawk without getting charged for animal abuse, so...
Fair enough. And real quick, we wanted to mention PSN name changes are finally here, but they come at a risk. You could lose trophies, DLC, game save data, stuff like that. So
if you own a PS3 or a Vita, the name change isn't supported. So any games you have on there, you won't be able to play.
Oh wow! Yeah.
Oops. Yeah, I have one. I unfortunately have one, so I have to make another account if I want to. Change my name to Kaz. Damn, I forgot what the PlayStation developer's name was, but there's someone I want to change my name to, and I can't do it now.
And then Kaz Zachariah or something like that.
Yeah, the president that's he's about to step down.
Yep.
In July, yeah, I want to become him because there was a great Twitter account, and there's just a void on the actual network that needs to be there.
Yeah,
dude, I saw there's one where he's like. My time has finally come, and his thing was like young boy 10, and then it said like old man 10 or whatever. Yeah. I was like, that's awesome,
dude. Yeah, you gotta see the things. I'll send you a link. He's hilarious.
Oh yeah, but also, I guess kind of been the theme for the week at 1:30, right? Is the reveal trailer for Star Wars Fallen, what is it? Fallen Jedi?
Jedi Fallen Order.
Jedi Fallen Order, that is.
And from what I understand, it's supposed to take place in between episodes 3 and 4.
Yeah, oh yeah,
you're like a Padawan that just barely got out of 66.
Yep, and I was listening to a podcast and they brought up the point that it's Jedi Fallen Order,
Yeah.
Leading me to this person mentioned it, and it makes sense that this is the first in a series that they're gonna make.
I can believe it.
Yeah.
They got like 6 more years on that EA deal.
I think 4.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I mean, like, I was talking about this before, and I was like, I feel like with the Star Wars games, obviously recently there's been a bit of a kind of downtrot, but the thing that people, for whatever reason, never understand is like what we want to play is like we want to have a lightsaber in our hands. We want to use the Force. We want to be doing all that stuff. That's why Force Unleashed 1 and 2 were so good. That's why everyone loves KOTOR. All that stuff. Like I mean,
I don't know if I'd call Force Unleashed too good.
I mean, I would say
all
from
3 hours
a
of it?
That's a
from a
good
gameplay perspective. From a gameplay perspective, sure, the story was fun. It was short and whatever, but in terms of like what you could do playing as him, that's like what people want,
Yeah,
and
I will agree with that. The guy that played Vader's apprentice, Sam Witwer, I think is his name.
Mm-hmm.
He's the one that does the voice
Hardcore.
of Deacon in Days Gone.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, he was also in Battlestar Galactica and the American version of Being Human. Anyways,
I'll have to listen. I'll have to listen to his voice and see if I can if I can match it up.
Yeah, but according to leaks though, from Jason Schreier, that there's no multiplayer in this game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and there's no microtransactions. That's already game of the year from EA.
Yeah, that was I was telling Matt Marvin before he signed on. I was on Twitter, the official EA Star Wars. Let me bring it up.
The only thing I need is for someone other than Respawn to come up with a release date for this game. Like that's the only thing they ever fumble is like their release schedule.
I was gonna say.
So the official EA Star Wars says no microtransactions, no loot boxes, and no, we won't be adding them. A single-player Star Wars story for those of you who are ready to become a Jedi.
Oh, yeah. See, that's it. That's all I want.
2 hours ago.
That's all I need, man. That's all I need.
And then 2 hours ago, they released a brief, like, what is it, 10-second spot. It says "Trust no one," and it's just someone cutting through a door.
Oh,
really?
You know what this might be? 1313. They just brought 1313 back.
Maybe.
No, dude, I'm so excited. Like after everything yesterday, seeing the trailer and all that for episode 9, like, and then getting this back to back is just it's gonna be Star Wars greatness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it was May the 4th, honestly.
I thought, yeah, right? That's what I'm saying. I'm so surprised all this is happening before the 4th.
Yeah, well, I think for the 4th, they want to really focus on the theme parks opening up, excuse me.
Yeah, because it's like, is it the end of the month?
Edge or something?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, I think they're at the end of the month. So, let's talk about some of our favorite Star Wars games.
Okay.
Matt, why don't you start up?
I mean, easily for me, the real Battlefronts 1 and 2, PS2, I mean, hands down. I've put so many hours into those games, it's absurd. As much as, like I said earlier, I love the games where you are a Jedi, like the licensed Episode 3 game, I actually thought was really good for a licensed movie game. But just, I don't know, whatever it was, there's something about Battlefront 2 that they did right. They'd like playing it, and I put so many hours in my game. It's so good. It's so much fun. I wish that it was on available to buy on PS4 right now, because I'd buy it digitally, no problem.
If
just
you
keep
got
playing
Xbox, you can play it.
Yeah.
It's actually, is it this month? It's free, Marvin?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'm purchasing it today.
It's free. It's free with
well,
Xbox.
so I have it on Steam, but anytime when you plug your controller in and you try to play like that, it always gets kind of janky.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah.
One thing, Marvin, that is not cool about it is there's no more servers. So you can only play the story campaign. Anyways.
It's okay. You can always hook some Xboxes up and just do LAN parties.
True. I don't even know if that functionality is even in this version.
Damn. Why do they do this to us?
Yeah.
Matt, you're right. I really enjoy those games. I remember my old roommate and I in college just getting in the AT-AT and just mowing down rebels.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
We love
So
it.
what my buddy and I used to do is on Endor, you can go to, or no, it's not Endor, it's Yavin 4 on Battlefront 2. You go to the Rebel base, and basically if you just stay in there and you let all your NPCs go out and they die, and then it's basically like a 2 on like, like 50, 75, depending on how good the enemy AI did, and then you just fight them off. You like basically hold down the fort, and I mean that like I had a ton of fun in, because like when you put in as many hours, you get all those power ups and stuff. Like your guy just gets so overpowered, so you got to like find something new to add a challenge.
Yeah.
But we would do that all the time and have so much fun.
So Marvin, what about you? What are some of your favorite Star Wars games?
See, mine got name dropped by Matt a little bit earlier, but I love The Force Unleashed.
One or
Because
two or both?
before one, I never got around to playing two. I heard it wasn't canon, so I didn't want to waste my time on it.
Yeah.
Like,
It should
so
be
before
shot out
that
of
Disney
canon.
deal, yeah. I mean, The Force Unleashed Part 1 was technically canon. Like everybody said, it was up until the Disney deal. So
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
so are all the books. But that's
yeah,
neither here nor there.
dude, yeah.
I only read
That-
70 of them. It doesn't really matter.
I read the Wikipedia pages. I thought I knew what was coming. I knew nothing, like Jon Snow. And then Knights of the Old Republic. I put
Yeah.
hella time in that, like growing up, before I even knew I liked RPGs. I was just
No.
like, oh, I get to a great story and I get to swing lightsabers.
Now,
I'm in.
did you play the second one?
No, I have to buy that one. So I think that came out like a weird year. It was like '04 or something, and I couldn't be nailed down by an RPG. I think Kingdom Hearts 2 came out that year, and I didn't count that.
I could be nailed
But I
down
put
by
it-
RPG. I couldn't make that commitment.
Yeah, and then I instantly go to Kingdom Hearts 2. Yeah, it was a weird year.
Star
believe-
Wars were trying to put a ring on it, and you just couldn't fall for it.
I
No,
believe
no.
they're both on Xbox backwards compatibility right now.
Yeah, so if you watch this Star Wars thing on Mixer on your Xbox, apparently they're giving you Knights of the Old Republic for free. I'm signing in the Mixer right now just to make sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, no
When
kidding.
does it start? 2:30 Eastern.
I thought it was 1:30. That's
Eastern.
Eastern for you would be
Okay.
2:30.
Okay. Yeah, I'm doing that then.
Yeah, I'm saying, like you can't like shaft a free game.
No, especially a game of that quality, and I think that's a Bioware game, isn't it?
Yeah, it's Bioware, so it's the good old days of Bioware.
Yeah. You know, I liked the second one more. I mean, the first one's really good, and I really liked the second one.
Yeah,
I've always heard that too. When I got my laptop and I got this thing, I wanted to play a Star Wars game so bad, and I was still on Lejeune, and I downloaded The Old Republic. And if you play that as an RPG, it's actually really fun too. Like I'm never crazy about the MMOs and stuff, but you can play that just like straight story, and it's a pretty solid game.
Are they still making you pay like monthly?
No,
No,
that's going free
it's
to
free
play
to play.
a couple years ago.
What?
Yeah.
I know what I'm playing this weekend.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. I've been trying to get Tony to play this forever because I'm like, dude, it's actually really good, and that's coming from somebody who doesn't play MMOs at all.
Yeah, I mean, Tony loves the MMOs. He's
I
right there.
heard it was good.
That's what I'm saying. Oh yeah, I think like especially if you're a Star Wars junkie, the lore and everything behind it, that's kind of just what completes it. I think if you're looking at it from purely like a video game perspective, it's probably not really up there with like some of those god tier MMOs, but no, I mean I enjoy it, and I think that's really all that matters, you know.
Yeah, definitely. Now, for me, I'm also a fan of Battlefront 1 and 2, but I also played a lot of Star Wars Galactic Battlegrounds, which was the real-time strategy game. I want to say it came out fall of 2005.
Okay.
I feel like I might have that.
It was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed it. It's PC only.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, it's an RTS game.
No, I think I do have that.
There was also there's Galactic Battlegrounds. That might be the one that used the Age of Empires engine.
Yeah.
And then there was also,
I think it is.
There was also Empire at War.
Empire
is the one
War.
that came
That's
out
the
in
one I
05.
have.
Yes, and I put an absurd amount of time into both of those and the expansions for both of them.
Yeah.
The second Galactic Battlegrounds introduced stuff from the prequel trilogy, and then the Empire at War expansion was added a third faction that was smugglers.
Yeah, I remember.
Solo crew.
No, dude, I got really lucky a couple years back. There was a Humble Bundle that had like all these Star Wars games. I paid $10, and dude, I got like KOTOR 1 and 2. I got Empire at War, Battlefront 2. I got a bunch of the Jedi Academy games. Like, dude, literally, the list is crazy. It's absurd how many games I got for $10.
Can't be Humble Bundle, honestly.
And another one of my favorites it came out when I got out of the Army, 03, so summer of 03. I had to double the RAM on my computer from 256 megabytes to 512 to get it to run somewhat smoothly. And that's Star Wars Galaxies, the first MMORPG.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Dude, I always remember seeing commercials and shit for that, and I just wanted to play it so bad, but I didn't have a PC or anything.
Yeah, I had just gotten out of the Army. I had an okay PC, but again, I had to up the RAM just to get it to run smoothly. Because with that 256, it was really janky, and I think I was on dial-up at the time, too.
Oh, my God. At least you were able to play TurboTax without hiccups.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so let's talk some more about the new Star Wars game that's being announced later today. Jedi Fallen Order.
It's gotta be Star Wars 1313. That or it's not getting played.
I bet you it uses assets from it, but I think 1313 was supposed to be like a smuggler type game.
Yeah, you play as Boba Fett in like during his adolescence or something like that.
Yeah, so they probably used assets from it, but I doubt it's not the same. That or it's like something that doesn't revolve around someone with the last name Skywalker. That's all I want. That is probably a given. Although Vader could be the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it'll kind of mimic like what Rebels did with I can't remember the name of that guy, but it's the same idea. He was a Padawan, he got out, and then he was always hiding, and he had the lightsaber you could take apart. I don't know if any of you guys watch Rebels, but
I heard it's good.
Oh yeah, it's super. Clone Wars is amazing. Rebels is definitely a really good follow-up. I wouldn't say it's as good.
Grand Admiral Thrawn was in Rebels, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was. And so they made him canon, which is awesome.
Yeah.
So then that was the idea behind Rebels was it was just a band of guys, and it was the beginning of the rebellion, and this Padawan survived, and he had to teach this other force sensitive kid how to be a Jedi. So you probably won't have like another Padawan or anything like that, but I could see it being like you could be a bit of a ragtag Jedi trying to do stuff.
Yeah, I think based on everything I've heard and rumors, that seems to make sense. I would agree with that. Do you think it's going to be first person or third person?
Third person. 100% third person.
I think so as well.
If they made it first person, that would be the biggest fumble of the year.
Can you imagine Star Wars version of Mirror's Edge?
Right? Like, oh my god.
Just first person music. It'd be kind of cool, but
at least you'd be able to fight back because you'd have a lightsaber and force powers. Mirror's Edge, you can't even do that.
Okay, how you guys think EA can mess this up, though?
Well, from their official Twitter, they said no microtransactions, no loot boxes.
Yeah.
That's really, I think, a lot of the problem people have had with the two games they put out. Battlefront 1 didn't have the story, and people complained about that. But I think really it's that it was especially when they first announced the way you'd acquire items in Battlefront 2, I read it was something like you had to have something like 8,000 hours of gameplay or pay
for one character,
$40 or something like that.
Yeah, just for one person. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, it was absurd.
Too nice.
I played the beta, and I remember being like, "This is absurd," and that's exactly what turned me off because I was like, You didn't need any of that in Battlefront 2, and the whole PR push behind it was like, hey, we're taking it back to basics. It's going to be just like the Battlefront games that you love. It's going to have a story. We really care. Blah 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 blah. And then they put it out. Yeah, and then it was a lie. So that's why it's like it's good to hear that they're saying no microtransactions, but at this point, EA has burned me so many times. It would not surprise me in the slightest if, like, a month after launch, color lightsaber for $15, and you're like, oh, great.
Yeah, I think I could see them do that, but I bet you they're cosmetic. So
yeah,
in that case, it really has no impact on the game.
True, and that part, like, I don't mind as much, but it's just like, playing through God of War, and anything you want to get, you can unlock in the game or you can find in the game, and even if it is something cosmetic, it was just nice and very nostalgic. I think of like the way gaming culture used to be and kind of what it is right now and what we don't like about it. So I think that going into like our next thing, I think I totally trust Respawn. They fumbled the release date stuff, but I don't. That happens, but in terms of like the type of games that they put out with the way
what do you mean they fumbled the release dates?
So Titanfall 2 got released a week after Battlefield 1 and like a week before.
Respawn, though. That was EA.
Oh yeah, no, it was Respawn. They confirmed that was their decision.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. Respawn does not listen. They don't do well with others, unfortunately. Because like they put out Apex the week before Anthem, and then it wound up being the better game.
Exactly, which is like great for Respawn. I would love it if Respawn was left EA and was able to kind of survive on their own. But in terms of gameplay and game mechanics, I trust them wholeheartedly. I mean, Apex, Titanfall all have such tight shooting and such good, environments and game mechanics that it's kind of weird because they're going in a different direction. It's not a shooter or anything like that. But I trust them in terms of like putting the work in and making it right.
Yeah.
I think so too. One thing I'm going to be interested on is it going to have VR capability?
Ooh.
With the PlayStation and on PC.
That can be cool. And I don't know if that's gonna happen, but that can be cool.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I'm like, what if it's first person VR?
Yeah.
And you've got your lightsaber with the Move controller.
Yeah. See, that would be cool.
They did that though on the Xbox
the
with remember the Kinect version?
But it's a big difference in the moving the tracking the movements, because it was just motion. You only had like a set number of
gestures you can do.
Yeah. Whereas with the Move controller, it's fully articulated.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
But also, I mean, they're coming out with that Vader VR game, so I could see that being them like, hey, Jedi Fallen Order is going to be sweet, but you can also play Vader VR if you want to be.
I haven't heard about Vader VR.
That just got really announced like yesterday, or I think it was during the panel that was here in Chicago that I wish I would have gone to.
Vader Immortal.
Yeah, Vader Immortal.
Inspired by Rogue One's epic final scene. Okay.
So I don't know anything about it because it said it just got announced, but I think that it would be the main reason why I would see them not doing any sort of VR for it, is just because they're like, we kind of already have that.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's fine.
And they wouldn't want to take away from it.
Dude, a Vader Rampage game could be very fun.
That'd be great. I would just play over that Rogue One scene all the time.
As a before you go to work, you're just sitting there.
Yeah.
Also, there's no Frostbite engine apparently on this new game, so
I was gonna say
we're good. We're good.
I was gonna say, what engine are they using?
The Unreal Engine. That's the same thing.
Oh yeah.
Respawn kind of does their own thing with the engines. I know pretty much everyone that EA works with, they want them using Frostbite, but
yeah. Once again, Respawn was like, we're not doing none of that. We'll send you some patch notes.
Yeah, right. But
Yeah.
it kind of sucks. Did you see? I think it's what's his name? Something West. He just left Respawn and he's going to Epic.
He's going to Epic. I'm not too worried as long as Respawn has
Zampella.
Yeah, Zampella.
Yeah,
they're in capable hands at least.
Yeah, no. If they both left, I'd be worried. But
yeah, it would be Infinity Ward all over again.
Exactly. But I think it just like I don't know the two. I like the story behind the two of them leaving Infinity Ward and then making Respawn and then just like now with Apex like absolutely kicking ass and stuff. You know, it's like a cool kind of like the man type deal.
Yeah. All right, let's move on to our next topic. There's been a lot of discussion in the gaming community the last week or so, and it started with Sekiro Shadows Die Twice about accessibility in gaming. What do you guys think about accessibility in gaming? Should game developers be putting in easy modes? My computer froze.
Yeah.
So, the whole argument seems to be kind of like confused because easy mode and accessibility mode are like two completely different beasts, and people keep trying to cross them. Every game should have accessibility options.
Yeah.
But not every game needs an easy mode. Like that's the difference. Like
depending on what your disability is, though.
Yeah, you kind of can't do certain things.
Yeah, if you have a vision problem, and you have to sit really close to the screen, and you have hordes of enemies coming at you, it may just be something you physically
can't do. And that's why I think it was Spider-Man 4 and like not God of War.
Spider-Man
it was
and
something
God of War. They each had like 4 or 5 difficulty settings.
Yeah, and then for Spider-Man, they made it so you didn't have to do like the button mashing things.
Mm-hmm.
They made it so the words can be larger in case you can't see sort of thing. Like they had accessibility options on top of the difficulty things.
Yep.
Yeah.
And like every game can have things like that. Like the developers don't have to go out of their way. They just gotta like spend a couple months thinking like, oh, what if this person's like they have like one hand or something. Like there's the adaptable controller, so it's not too hard sort of thing.
Yeah, Marvin and I kind of cheated because we talked about this before, but I think we kind of came to the same idea as like, yeah, you know, you definitely want everything to be accessible, and I think we're making strides in that, especially with like the adaptive controller and stuff. But with games that their whole identity is based around the difficulty.
Soulsborne.
Soulsborne obviously is the main one. I don't think that they should be required to make one. I think that, you know, that's part of the deal. If you're going to play a Soulsborne game, you're going to know it's going to be difficult. You're going to know what you're getting into. I mean, I've never played any of them because I've accepted that I'm probably not good enough. I'm like, and I don't want to put myself through that, and I'm just like, and it's like, that's part of the identity though. We joked about it earlier, but you're not playing those games for the story. You're not playing it for the lore. You're playing it for the challenge. And some people are really good at it. The dude that played all the games and didn't get hit once, and there's some people like me who like, I think I played 10 minutes of it and I was like, nope, it's not me,
Yeah, now, it might be a bit before your time, but the original Mega Man games on the Nintendo Entertainment System, the NES, are brutally hard.
Yeah.
I don't know how, when I was in second grade, my buddy and I beat him, but we did. Because I've gone back through and tried playing them on the Switch, and they are no joke. Even with the rewind feature.
Yeah.
But in Mega Man 11, Capcom added an easy mode. And, it's Mega Man 11's just as hard as 2 and 3 were. It's no joke.
Yeah.
But if you want to just see what all the boss weapons do and just get through it, they added an easy mode where you really can't die. So
yeah, well, and that's the part that I'm like, I'm okay with that. If it's like an RPG, if it's like a very story-driven game, go for it. I sent a screenshot to Marvin like yesterday. What is it? The Shadow
Warrior 2?
Yeah, they did it. They did it perfectly. They have an easy mode, and like their whole description was like, sometimes you just want to come home and be a superhero, and not have a challenge. and then this is what it does. That I think is perfect. Same thing with like The Witcher and God of War. If you really want to enjoy the story, that part is fine. Yeah, but for a game, again, a game like Soulsborne, you're not enjoying the story. You're not doing anything like that. You're in there to challenge yourself. You're really in there to push your, problem-solving skills and push your puzzle skills. And if they don't want to put it in there, we can't. I don't think we should, frown upon that.
Yeah. Ghost of Tsushima is definitely going to have that option now.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Absolutely,
for sure.
Speaking of Ghost of Tsushima, they just posted a job for a writer.
Whoa.
Really?
Yeah, and I was on a podcast I was listening to, and they said it's probably someone to write the descriptions on every item you pick up, that like the flavor text.
Yeah.
Because otherwise the game is like so far behind. Like if it's a story writer, like that's not coming out for another 2 years.
I was about to say, I was like, dude, that could either be like a really bad thing or okay.
But if it's someone just adding flavor text, that could mean that they're close to finished.
Yeah, which would be cool.
I mean, they announced it like 4 years ago.
I know.
It was last year they announced Ghost of Tsushima.
You sure?
I
thought they did that like the first PSX.
I don't think
like
so.
They may have talked about it, but the first trailer was last year at E3. But I mean, it could have been like, it honestly could have been like this. I mean, if you guys watched E3 last year, they were like, "Hey, we're making Jedi. It's going to be cool. We don't know anything else though."
Yeah.
And you're like, "Sweet."
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
But going back to the Soulsborne, honestly, I don't think there'd be an issue with putting an easy mode.
Yeah.
Some people just want to see, they like the horror setting, or whatever,
the atmosphere,
the feudal Japan setting, and they just want to go through and they want to bash stuff.
Yeah.
Should the developers be required to? No. Should they? Probably.
I can agree with that.
All an easy mode has to be is give the enemies half health.
Yeah.
I mean, there's variations on easy mode. Is it cut down the horde by 30%, or is it make them all one-hit kills?
True.
So,
yeah, I can agree with that.
PC, they have easy mode too.
On which one?
On the PC, version of Sekiro, there is an easy mode.
Is there?
Really?
Yeah, I kept seeing articles saying, "Oh, there is an easy mode, but it's only on PC currently."
Yeah. No, I think the main thing that I was like about was people were like frowning upon them, and it's like, no, they're not required to do this. If you can't start putting your opinion in somebody else's artwork and somebody else's content.
Yeah.
You have to either like it or you don't like it, and for whatever reason. But I can agree with that. I know it's not difficult for them to do it, and I know even I would, if they put an easy mode in them, I would end up probably playing them. But yeah, I don't want them to have to. I don't want us to get to that place where we're like requiring developers to do things, to make us feel better.
Yeah, I agree. And they're really, outside of RPGs, are really the only game series I can think of that doesn't have an option with at least easy, medium, and hard.
Yeah.
Most games these days have them. Like, I don't know if you guys have played the newer Wolfenstein games.
No, I want to, but I love their things funny.
Yeah, the little skull.
Mm-hmm.
And they get hard. They get really hard.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I mean, they're fun.
I mean, yeah, it's always fun slaughtering Nazis. Like, you can't have...
Yeah, you can't not have fun with that.
Yeah.
That's why, did you guys like GTA?
Oh yeah.
Of course.
Did you ever play the Saboteur on the last gen?
Yes.
I always saw it in my store when I was at GameStop, and I never picked it up.
And you have a last gen system, get it, because Pandemic's closed.
Yeah.
When people ask me about it, because I tell them how great it was, it's probably one of my 3 favorite games from last gen. They ask me about it, I'm like, well, do you like GTA? Do you like blowing up Nazis? That's the game.
Yeah.
You strap dynamite to Nazi tanks.
Yeah.
And then you drive around.
Yeah.
I mean, that's it's very high level, but I digress. Next up,
Borderlands?
Borderlands. Who wants to start this one?
Yeah.
I got it. All right, so people really don't like that 2K apparently has made Borderlands 3 a Epic exclusive.
Mhm.
So people started review bombing
For 6
Borderlands.
months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's only for 6 months. I don't understand the thing, but yeah. And Randy Pitchfork tried to like just say, "Oh, I like shopping at different stores. Why can't you?" Essentially, like it's only for 6 months, and we believe something. They're saying the cross-platform play is something that they're really integral of, and their deal with Epic lets them do that. I was like, it's kind of weird, but I can understand like the two sides of it, kind of, because no one wants to install another installer, but at the same time, it's just another installer.
Yeah, there's no price attached to that platform.
Yeah,
It's not like
and
it's not like a game being Xbox exclusive or PlayStation exclusive.
yeah,
This is
and
this is where we get to make fun of all the PC people who are like, "Oh, you have to install another installer.
Yeah.
Oh no."
Yeah.
and my thing is always you can add outside like Steam games to your Steam library. Like you can add the shortcut in there.
Well,
Yeah.
and
So-
I've only played a couple games on Steam. I think they put the game icon on your freaking desktop. You don't have to
Yeah,
open
they
up
do.
Steam.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
I mean,
you either
Of all the
you can
hills to
open it up-
die on, and this is what they're going to start review bombing the older
Yeah.
Borderlands for. And and speaking of Randy Pitchford, did you see what he said when they review bombed?
yeah. He
Yeah.
was like, "This is why I want to go." He's like, "If I'm seeing all this stuff, why would I want to go back to Steam if you're going to just
Yeah.
do this?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And which I totally agree with.
And Steam actually, to their credit, for a change, removed all those comments,
Yeah.
those review bombs.
Yeah, because they have a system in place that's supposed to catch it, but they let it go for a set amount of time so they
Yeah.
can collect it in and not have any outliers. So
Yeah.
when he said it, it was like the day before they kicked in. So it's like, Randy, I don't know. I disagree with Randy, but that's just me. I don't know. You can't. Well, oh yeah, this is gonna
He's
come to
certainly
everything.
an interesting individual and has
Yeah,
he's got some
he's like a-
issues going on.
He's a character for sure. Like everything he's got going right now. He's not the best
Yeah.
person to talk about people, but
Yeah.
And kind of my question about all of this, really, from being on the outside looking in, is like, why are people so against Epic? Like what? I mean,
So it's
if you
got a
look-
limited feature set. There's a lot of stuff that Steam has that Epic does not have. And then someone
Yeah.
accused them of installing spyware, which is not true.
yeah,
Yeah.
they keep having rumors about info getting sent off to various places that
Gotcha.
shouldn't be getting collected.
Well, and like, so
Plus,
for me,
Fortnite
all-
gets hacked every couple weeks. So
yeah.
it's-
Well, and I was like, if it's just because you hate Fortnite, that's not like good enough reason. But like for me, all the add-ons and stuff, like this is a brand new launcher. Like obviously they're not going to have everything at the bat. And thinking about it from like not necessarily a business perspective, but as a fan, if there's a developer that you really like and they're getting a bigger cut from the game that they made and released, so they can use that money to make better games and continue to thrive, wouldn't you want that?
Mhm. And,
Like
and
if they're, it's like 30% on Steam compared to like what, 18 or something on the Epic Store.
vice versa.
Oh yeah.
Epic Store pays them more, and I think it's 12% until you hit a certain number, and then it goes up to 18.
Yeah.
And it might even be higher than 30%. But I think another perk, if
it's 30.
is it okay?
Yeah.
I think if the developer publishes on the Epic Store, I believe they give them the license for the Unreal Engine for free.
Yeah. I did.
Which
Yeah, I
is
heard that.
huge. It costs so much to license the engine because I think you had and I could be mistaken here, not being a game dev, I don't know for sure, but I think for each game they have to relicense the engine.
Really?
So
Oh my god.
if you do if you have 5 games, I think you have to have 5 licenses with it. It's not one.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Dude, so the thing about like the Steam 30% is like that's the same cut PlayStation and Microsoft take out too. Like
Yeah.
they get 30% from all their sales. So I don't know, man. Like
I'm not
there's
blaming
an
them. I'm not
argument
saying
for it,
that.
and there's an argument like kind of against it, sort of thing. Like a lot of people will argue about it, but it's literally the same thing, just on a different console, essentially.
Yeah.
Well, and I wasn't pointing out Steam. I knew that they were on the pretty much the same level as Sony and Microsoft, but this also, I think, adds competition. You know, this is part of like our culture. Now that they're doing that, that's going to push Steam to either drop it, you know, to compete, and the same thing, Sony, Microsoft, you know, and then we're getting more money going back to the developers that we care about.
Yeah.
You know, or they end up dying off because they don't adapt.
Or
you
they're
know?
forced to finally put out Half-Life 3 to keep the Steam store alive.
Dude, I mean, if they put Half-Life 3 out, they could charge whatever. It doesn't matter.
Dude, I was gonna say there's gonna be weekly Steam sales, like it's every season. Let's do it. I keep the lights on, guys.
Yeah, right. Oh man, that'd be absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, you know, honestly, excuse me. I think, in my opinion, the everyone complaining about not being on Steam, they're just being entitled whiners. Yeah, babies.
Yeah.
I mean, again,
they're being Kylo Ren.
Yeah, right.
No, they're being a Veruca Salt. I want
Oh
a
my
pony.
God.
And want a pony. You know, it's just like, come on. It's not like you have to spend money to download this Epic store. It's free.
It's free.
After you install the game, I don't even think you have to go into the launcher anymore.
Yeah.
So like,
Just launch
you
it.
can just hide it away after you.
Yeah.
Just launch it from Discord like everybody else.
Oh my God.
Like, do these people get upset when they have to update their DivX driver and stuff like that? I mean, come on.
These are the people that get mad at Adobe and iTunes when they get the updates.
Yeah.
It's like, I installed you
darn.
once. I'm not doing this again.
Anyways, let's start wrapping things up here.
Mm-hmm.
The Game of Thrones premieres tomorrow, for those of you that are into that sort of thing.
The North remembers.
Mm-hmm.
Xbox
excited.
is doing their and GameStop as well. But Xbox is doing their
Spring
annual
sale?
spring sale. And you know,
600 items, dog.
yeah, I was gonna get Assassin's Creed 3 remastered on Switch, and I think it's full price.
It is. You're better off just getting Odyssey.
Well, that's what I did, because Odyssey, the gold edition's on sale for $33 on the Xbox game sale or spring sale. So I was looking at it, I'm like, it's $40 digital to get Assassin's Creed 3. So I bought Odyssey for $33 and got AC3 with
got it. Yeah.
So, there are some really good deals out there if you're looking for new games to play on Xbox. And
That's the 1 month for $1, and it comes with 1,000 Apex coins.
I think it's 3 months for $1.
Oh no, that's is it? I know they got the 3 months for $3 for 3 months of Game Pass.
Maybe that's what it is. That's what I'm thinking of.
Yeah. Dude, Xbox is going good right now. I'm definitely gonna get the Apex coins and then buy myself Odyssey because I keep hearing it's such a great game.
That's what I've heard. Now, which edition are you gonna get? The regular or the?
I'll probably go gold because even though I didn't like Assassin's Creed 3, if it's just like a couple, I think because the regular one is $24, so it's only $9 more for the entire thing.
And with AC3, they're also including the remastered Liberation.
Oh yeah, I had that on my view. I'm never playing that one again. I don't care how much it costs. I'm not playing that.
They're like, bro, it's 50 cents. No. I'm good. I'll go get a gumball. I'll get 2. I'm gonna I think I'm gonna wait on Odyssey. I'm sure they have it on Xbox, but I saw on PlayStation there's like a huge Assassin's Creed collection that's like $200, and it gets you like pretty much all of them. Like I think it's Black Flag, Odyssey, whatever the one was before it, Revelations, the one in London. Like it's like all of them. It's crazy. Because I have one that they had an other bundle that was like $80 that had 3 games on it, and I've had that on my list. And there was a sale that went by and it dropped to like $30, and I almost bought it. But I didn't for whatever reason. But now they have that big guy, so I'm gonna hold out for that thing to go on sale at some point.
See, and this is another thing I like about the Xbox games with gold as opposed to the PS Plus, which has now been weakened. I've had the Xbox One for 3 years now. I got it right as Division 1 came out, and I think over the course of time, those 3 years, I've gotten like 5 or 6 free Assassin's Creed games.
Yeah.
And there were a couple, like Syndicate, I bought on sale, and then later showed up on Games with Gold. So, if you want to go play the old Assassin's Creed games, Xbox is probably where you're going to get them at some point for free. I wouldn't be surprised if Origins is free when the next Assassin's Creed comes out.
Yeah, I can see that. Especially with them doing the Humble Bundle on it now. Usually games that go Humble Bundle end up on either Games with Gold or PlayStation the next month around.
So, and to stick on the Xbox track here, they're adding some new games to Game Pass this month. 6 new ones, of course. They add new games every month, excuse me. But they got some pretty big titles in here. Prey, Walking Dead: A New Frontier, Resident Evil 5, the remaster, and Monster Hunter World, which was a lot of people's game of the year last year.
Yeah.
So
I want to start that because I kept hearing good things about Monster Hunter.
It is good. I've played maybe 20 hours of it on PlayStation 4.
Oh, okay. So you hunted like 2 or 3 beasts?
Something like that, yeah. No, I probably 2 or 3 different ones because my buddy was helping me power level, and he was just like, all right, let's go take this thing down, and he was telling me what to do, and he knew it pretty well. So
Okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense because like they had a PSP demo for like an old Monster Hunter World. It was 20 hours, and there was only one beast that you were supposed to go find. And by the end of that demo, I still hadn't even fought the thing. Like I was just looking.
Right on.
Yeah. Oh, anything coming out this week? You guys excited for?
Yeah, Katana Zero.
World War Z.
Yeah.
And World War Z.
World War Z.
I'm so hyped for Dreams, man. Tuesday, I've already set my clock.
Oh,
Dreams will be cool
for the early access.
Yeah, so I think I'm gonna quit my job and everything else, just become a Dreams game developer. So if you guys see me anywhere,
that's a good course of action, Marvin. That's gonna end out really well for you.
Yeah.
You don't need real money. You can just keep
taking my money
games.
to pay. Making free games on Dreams. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
I'll play them.
I'm excited to see what Dreams, what people make on there.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, they were going crazy on that beta.
I saw that.
Oh my god! So I can only imagine what they're gonna do now, like with it in their hands. So instead of me waiting for the never coming release date, might as well get out as soon as they say you can buy it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because I mean, it could be in early access for a year or more.
Yeah.
Maybe let's be honest.
It'll just be like Fortnite. Yeah. It'll never leave early access beta. It'll just be that forever.
Yeah. Now, when Fortnite does leave early access beta, do you think they'll start charging for it?
No, they're making too much money.
Oops.
There's no way. They'll probably They'll probably come out with like a bundle. Like you can buy it. You can buy like. They'll say like, oh, the game, and then you get like however many V-Bucks and some outfits or whatever. But like, the model that they have with it right now is working so much. If they were to do that, they might as well just go work for EA because that's all they would be doing. Like,
I remember when there was that Switch bundle with it came with one of the Fortnite season passes, but they advertised it as the game included. I was like,
yeah,
full game download.
Sweet. Thanks for the free game, Xbox.
Yeah. Dude, I remember the bundle had it was like an extra $30 for the game, like added onto the bundle. It was like, wait, this is a free game.
Yeah, well, but it did come with a Switch case too, I think, and a couple other things like that.
I know it came with the Arctic outfits or something like that. It was like, there's no way that's worth $30.
Yeah, but I think I think it came with a case.
Yeah, they focus so much on little kids and stuff like now that if they were to start charging, it would just screw their whole model. So I don't think that they will. I think they'll just keep coming up with different bundles and different ways and blah blah blah, all that craziness.
Yeah.
Dude, wasn't Save the World supposed to be free like 2 years ago?
Yeah, dude. And I was actually going to play that a lot because I was like, I love the idea of building and fighting off zombies. I was totally going to play that because Tony and I were playing Fortnite like before it was cool, like it was like actually in early access and stuff like that.
That's
and
the one
I
that
was
was like $20 or $30, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's the Founders Pack and all that.
I didn't get the Founders Pack. I just got the free whatever. But at the time of that's when they were selling the Founders Pack and they had like an $80 version of it too.
Oh my god!
And then it went free, and they're like, oh, cool.
But it was just the Battle Royale that's free, correct?
Yeah, it's just
Yeah,
the other mode.
yeah. You still can't play the Save the World.
No, not
No,
at all.
you gotta pay for
Oh,
it.
You got to pay for it. Yeah, it was supposed to be that. See, that's the part of the game that is supposed to be like released. When it becomes like a full release, the Save the World is supposed to be like a free component at that point. At this point, you're still paying $20 to be considered like a founder or whatever.
Gotcha. Yeah, I played 2 matches on the Switch, and that was enough Fortnite for me.
Yeah, I spent way too much time talking about Fortnite.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting to do this.
Oh, and Falcon Age just came out on the PlayStation 4, so you should definitely check that out. It came out Tuesday.
Yeah, I'm gonna look.
Especially if you got VR. I'm gonna play through the whole game in VR mode.
Okay.
And, hopefully have it done this week.
Are you gonna get like the little leather glove, like to hold the move remote? You gotta do it official, man. I'm telling you.
George is gonna be like, all right, time to play.
I'm sure I'll have my cats playing with my hands while I'm sticking.
I was gonna say you're gonna stick it out. They're gonna just jump up on there.
I mean, you can't. You can see the one back here, but the other one's right here. You can see his paws. I'm rubbing his stomach. They don't leave me alone.
Oh no.
All right. Well, good times, guys.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone, thanks for tuning in.
Yeah. Everyone go watch the trailer. It's coming on in like 30 minutes. It's
Yeah.
gonna be great.
Everyone have a good week.
Be great, nerds.
See ya.